Hey guys, and welcome back. This is just a quick video to go through a tutorial on how to make your own decals for your miniatures. So recently I've created my own Space Marine chapter, the Void Dragons, and as such I wanted a kind of a unique symbol to go on their shoulder pad that wasn't like a Blood Angel symbol or a Salamander symbol that was rehashed, so I thought I might as well just create my own symbol. And then I did some research into it on how I could create my own symbol. I didn't want to do some freehand because my freehand is not good enough to do it over and over again, so I thought, well, the only real option is probably doing the transfers. So what you can see before you is the test model that I did for the Void Dragons, and you can see that there's a number of transfers on here. There's the symbol on his shoulder pad for the chapter, and there's also the symbol for the Devastator squad on the left, which I've adapted slightly so it's got the squad name underneath it, and if it's a sergeant it's got the sergeant stripes. And then the same on the knee pad, there's a little Devastator symbol with a squad number on there as well. So there's like 3 different transfers there. The one on the helmet isn't transfer, that's done by Micropen, but yeah. So yeah, I was going to basically talk you through how I did this and where I got all the materials from. And it's really cheap and easy and simple to do. Anyone can do it if they've got a printer at home. You need an inkjet printer or a laser printer. Either one will work. The only thing you have to bear in mind when you're creating your transfers and you're doing it from home is you can't do anything white, because when you're printing off white from your printer, the printer won't print the white, it will just use the background as white. So yeah, if you're doing white transfers on a black mini, you won't be able to do it, because when you take the transfer off the sheet it won't show up, it'll just show as clear. So yeah, so this is for colour transfers, ideally black transfers, but you can do colour transfers as well. But I'm going to show you how I created them, which is really simple. I didn't use any fancy software, I just used PowerPoint. I'll show you my Void Dragon transfer sheet. So this is my Void Dragon transfer sheet. This is enough to do basically a whole company of Void Dragons. So I've got my various tactical symbols, I've got close support, and I've got heavy support on there as well. I've got the symbols for the squad markings on the shoulder pad, the squad markings on the knee pad, and I also printed off the ones for the helmet, but they were a bit too small to print and use in the end, so I just went with these ones. And then at the bottom you can see I've got the chapter symbol. So how did I create these? Well, first of all I wanted a nice symbol for the Void Dragons, so I knew it had to be a dragon symbol, so what I did was I just simply went onto Google and I had a quick search for dragon silhouettes. So type in dragon silhouettes and you get hundreds come up, and I just chose one that would, I thought, be more suitable for my chapter than any others. You can see there's plenty to choose from, however I thought I wanted this one just here. So yeah, so you could do anything. If you wanted to do I don't know, a Maltese cross that's a bit different from the Black Templars, you could do. There's the old Maltese cross Amalfi there, and you could do that. You can do whatever you want, basically, whatever symbol you want. Say you were saying a wolf silhouette, if you're doing some kind of so you could use so if you're doing a Space Wolves successor chapter, you could just search for a wolf silhouette, and there's plenty in here to choose from. That's just basically how I did it. Let's create a new one. Let's say ours is going to be based around bears, so let's do, I don't know, astral bears. That's probably already a chapter, but yeah, we'll use this as a as a chapter symbol. So let's have a look through. We've got plenty on here. We just want a simple astral bear chapter symbol, and I think we'll go for, here we go, I think we'll go for this one. Okay, so I've got our symbol that we're going to use, and it's a fairly simple symbol but it's not in PNG format, and ideally you want it in PNG format. You could use it like this, there should be no reason why you wouldn't, but I think the background's a little off-white. So you can either do this in paint, but I'm using GIMP, but I'm sure you can do it in paint, the old school paint. All I'm going to do is select all the white points, all the white parts, and I'm going to basically make sure they are white instead of an off-white. So I'm just going to get a paintbrush and paint it. There we go. And there we got our chapter symbol, so let's save that. Okay, so let's open our PowerPoint presentation. So what we'll need to do is first get our chapter symbols. So to do this, all we'll do is going to insert a picture, and we're going to find our symbol that we've got, which is just here, and then what we need to do is fit it to a shoulder pad size. So I've already pre-measured this. So essentially my chapter symbol is about 0.7 of a centimetre tall, so you need to make this symbol. So if you right click and then go to size and position, and what we might need to do is just crop it a little bit, just to get rid of some of this white space we've got around the edge of the bear, because we don't want all of that, because that will affect the size when we come to adjust it. So we want to make sure that it's as close as we can get to the edge of the bear. Do that, and now what we'll do is change the height to 0.75. Let's just check for my other one what size it was. So the size I used was 0.72 as a height for the symbol, and so if we just do that, the other one automatically adjusts to keep it in ratio, and there is our chapter symbol. Right, now what we're going to do is repeat that onto the page. So all I'm doing is pressing Ctrl+C to copy it, and then Ctrl+V to paste it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of distance between the two, because when you're cutting them out you want something to work with. And we're just going to do a couple here, and you can see here when I put this next one on, there's two little red indicators that show the distance between the first two and the second two is exactly the same, so that's what we want. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to select all three by dragging a box around them, like so, copy them and paste them again, so I can paste it as a 3 instead, so we know that it's not. And this is just how we just do it quickly. As you can see, it's much quicker doing it like this than doing them all individually. A few more on the end there. There we go, might just delete that one. Or we could probably just about get them all on. Let's try and get them all on. You can use your arrow keys as well to adjust, so if you need to, you can just do that. Copy that, and we're going to put another row above them, like so, and again, like so. And there's your chapter symbols all ready for your shoulder pad. Now what we're going to do now is make a tactical symbol. Now, it's really easy to do on here. Just go to shapes, and all you want is a triangle shape. Put that there. We're going to do this as black, because that's what I did. So do it as black, and then we're going to do another shape, and we're going to do a square, and we're just going to do this again, and put that as also black, like so. And you can see there it's exactly in the middle, because where that arrow goes to the top is where the line of this middle goes. So there we've got our tactical badge. Now you can do other things with it as well if you wanted to. So you could put if you wanted to put Roman numerals or something across it, you could maybe do insert and type a text box, and then if you wanted, let's say it's number 4, and let's just highlight these because we want them to appear on here. Make it a bit bigger, and let's make the text white so that it will appear on the actual badge. So if you wanted to do that, you could do anything you want really on this. If you want to do like I did and put sergeant stripes on the bottom, you can do, or anything like that, or squad name, whatever you want. You kind of, whatever, the limit is basically your imagination on this. But once you've got your chapter badge, we're going to do the same thing. On your computer you should have a snip and sketch tool, which looks like this, and all you'll do is snip that final image like so, press the copy button up here, go back to your PowerPoint, press V. See why I've done this is you could kind of select them all individually, but it's a bit hard. So what I've done here is created one image of it all together. So rather than doing that, I've just created the one. And again, we may need to make it the same size as the chapter symbols. So we need to make sure that it comes to 0.72. And then we've got our chapter symbol, then we've got our tactical badge. And again, we just move these and make sure that it's basically equidistant. You can be fairly rough with this, doesn't have to be an exact science. That's 5, and draw a box around them, copy them, because we're going to need 10 if we're going to have a whole squad. And there we go, our first chapter symbol. What we'll do next is I'm going to show you how to create a Devastator symbol or an Assault symbol as well. So the classic Devastator symbol is like an arrow, like this. So if we do this as black, and then we want to create another triangle to go on top of this, so just get another one like so, but this one is going to be white. So there you've got your Devastator symbol. Now you can change that around a bit, you can make it a bit thicker if you want by moving the arrow down, so on and so forth. And then you can put your Roman numerals over the top, so let's do that again. So let's insert some text, and let's say this is it's the 9th. And again, let's go pretty big and bold. Now what you want to do here is make it even bigger, actually. So you could play around, you could put the symbol down there, you could put it on the top in white, it's whatever you want to do. In this case, I'm just going to be simple and put it down here, because I'm a simple man, and I like simple things. So again, we're going to create a new sketch, cancel that, we're going to create a new sketch. So trim the top off that, I'm going to do that again. Probably better to work from the bottom up. There we go. Like so, and you can crop this in here as well, so if you want to just make sure you get it exactly like you want it, copy it and go back to your PowerPoint presentation and paste it in, and then again just alter the size how you want it. 0.72 for a chapter shoulder pad, and put it with the others. Copy it and paste it, and rinse and repeat basically. There we go. To do the assault one, this one's a little bit more complicated, I found. Basically you need, like, there's a plus sign on here, so we'll start with a plus sign, which is here. And it needs to be fairly square, like so. We just check our dimensions, 0.44. So that is exactly square. Let's make it a little bit bigger, so because we need to adjust it, let's make it 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters. There we go. Now what we can do is, obviously it needs rotating, so you just simply rotate the symbol around, like so. And then we're going to insert some more shapes, so we're going to need some more triangles. Let's say that one, and again you can rotate this around. You've got to play around with this until you think it's in the right position. This can be a bit awkward. I'm not going to go too in depth with this, but let's just do that. And again, rotate. Rotate. Obviously you want to do these in black like you have done with your other symbols, or whatever colour you're choosing to do it in. so. What I would say is you can actually replicate any Games Workshop paints in colour if you know what paint you want to choose. So for example, my Void Dragons are in Stegodon Scale Green in their base coat. So if you type in on Google Stegodon Scale Green RGB code, what you'll get is this from Encyclopedia. There we go, I did say it right. Encyclopedia, yeah, whatever. And it tells you the RGB colour for Stegodon Scale Green. So in this case it's 772.99. So if we go on here, back to our coding, and we select all our shapes, and you go to Format, and you want to change the shape fill. So go to More Colours. And then these are our bits that we're going to enter here. So we want 772.99. So we type in the code for Stegodon Scale Green, like so, and that'll change the whole lot into it. And you want to change the outline as well. So there you go. You've got an assault badge in Stegodon Scale Green. How about that? And you can do that with all the others as well. So yeah, just make sure when you might want to tidy it up a bit, make sure it's all nicely in position and stuff, but you know, take your time with it, there's no rush, it's only as long as you want it to take. And then the final one we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do the Elite badge. So again, we need another shape, and we're going to go for another plus sign, like so, and we're going to make this a little bit thicker by dragging that out there. So we've got a big fat plus, essentially. Let's make this Stegodon Scale Green as well. Now, to make this into the veteran symbol, you're going to need some circles. So these circles need to be exactly circular. Maybe we'll do a little bit smaller. Drag it into there. Try and get it equal, so it's level there. And then what you want to do is make this white, like so. Copy it 4 times and do it into the corners until you're happy positions that you've got one, and there you have your Elite badge. And again, just adjust it with you want. You know, maybe put some text on it, squad numbers, whatever you want to do, you can do that. What else I did is on my Void Dragon sheet, you can see up here I've got the symbols for lieutenants. So that was fairly simple. Again, I just went on to Google. I eventually found it. So this is the symbol I use for my lieutenants. This is the symbol of the Order of the Argent Shroud, but I thought it was nice because it had the little lion halo and it's got the command skull just in there. So all I did was take a snip of that. Oh god, I pressed it again. So what I did was just take a snip of this and then paste it into our sheet, like so. And then adjust it to suit whichever size you want. So again, I just went down to 0.72. And that's it. So that's just how you create those symbols. So have a play around, get to the point where you're getting ready to print it out. So once you've sorted out your symbols that you want to print out, you'll need some paper to print them out on. So I've got an inkjet printer. So I just bought this off Amazon, which is basically some A4 water slide decal paper. But what you have to bear in mind, if you're doing it with an inkjet rather than a laser jet, you will need some fixative spray to then print it off afterwards. So it's just you can buy the fixative spray as well. I think it's just a few more quid. So if you went to click on this one, yeah, if you buy the fixative spray and the sheets, £14, and you get 5 sheets here, so that's enough to do, you know, quite a few transfers. It's an A4 sheet, so I did an entire company on one sheet, so it depends on what you want to do. But you can also get these for laser jets, and you don't need to use the fixative if you're doing it with laser jets. So you get your paper and you print it out. I will put all links to where I've purchased all my various things from on Amazon, so if you just click it and you can buy it from there, it's not a problem. I'll put both for the inkjet and the laser jet, and you can buy what you need. Once you've got your paper, put it into your printer. Make sure that the shiny face is the part that's getting printed on. When you come to print, make sure that in your printer settings you've got it on the highest possible resolution and the highest possible quality you can get it on. So you might really need to go into your printer properties and just put it on, like I put mine on best photo, and that gets that ready. And then print it out and you'll have a sheet ready. Spray it with your fixative and leave it to dry for about 4 hours, and then you'll be ready to apply your transfers. Okay guys, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.